Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of volume. This is standard 8.7a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 6 of the 2022 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got a cylinder. They give us the height. They give us the diameter. We need to find something that is closest to the volume. So it looks like if it says closest, we are going to estimate around just a little bit. So if we look on our mathematics chart, this is what we're going to find. We're going to find the volume of either a cylinder or a prism. Both of those 3D objects can actually use the same equation. Seems pretty simple. Base times height. Well, let's draw a cylinder over here. Looks like it's going to not be super tall and skinny, so it's going to be a little bit more short and stout. All right, so what do we know about this cylinder? It has a height of 5 feet. All right, so I'm going to just draw that right here. Let's say 5 feet. It's got a diameter. So diameter is the distance across the base, which is a circle, through the center. And that's 2 feet, side to side. Seems pretty simple. Except when you really start looking at that formula, you've got to do a little bit of work. All right, so this height is easy. 5 feet. They gave it to us. It's always the easy part of these equations. So it's base times 5. What does it mean by base? Well, the base is going to be the area of this shaded region. And that's why, if you wanted to, you can use this exact same formula when you're trying to find the volume of a cylinder, because a cylinder kind of looks, or a prism kind of looks like a cylinder. So if you wanted to find the volume of this prism here, you're going to see it's going to be very similar. Height, except for their base is different. The base of a prism here, rectangular prism, is going to be rectangle. So then you would just, the difference here is really what is that base? Well, this is a circle, so I need to find the area of this circle, or area of this base. So I need another formula here. So the area of a circle, also on your mathematics chart, but something we've been doing for a few years now, that's pi r squared. So this base right here is actually talking about the area of that circle, which is a base, which is pi r squared. So I can substitute this back into my formula. So pi r squared times 5. All right, we're getting closer. Pi right there represents that ratio of the circumference over the diameter, 3.14, but most calculators actually have pi, so we can use that. I just don't know the radius. So the radius is the center of a circle out to the side. So the radius is always going to equal half the diameter. Take the diameter, cut it in half. So if my diameter is 2, right, that means my radius is going to be 1. All right, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to substitute that back in right there. So I've got this volume right here, updated equation. So I'm going to plug that in with 1 now. So volume equals pi 1 squared times 5. All right, so that's just going to be pi times 1, right? Because 1 squared is 1 times 1, which is just 1, which means I don't even need that 1. Anything times 1 is itself, times 5. So really, it's just going to equal 5 pi. Okay? So 5 pi, because that 1 times 5 just makes the 1. So pi is about 3. It's a little bit more than 3. So if I were to do that times 5, I'm going to get about 15.7. My answer is G.